was trying to give him a dance last night. And
I'm gonna hold him down. You do it.
Okay. She said she gonna hold him down. Talking about me?
Get him.
Babyface need a barber.
He do need a
Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit. No, outside clothes on bed. Hold on. This is a nice guy. Hold on.
So let me get this straight. So it's been a whole day. Everybody been talking about this. You have this girl that's assaults a guy on camera, and she not even banned. Wow.
That's normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy. Listen, I'm old enough to own up to what I did wrong. And during the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke.
She did claim that she was trying to patch these situations up between Saeed and her. She ultimately denied it. Look, Saeed had been talking about this for a very, very long time. And he fell victim to what a lot of male victims fall victim to, is that people just don't care.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video. And today we're reacting to Old Meezy. Shout out to the brother Old Meezy. And today's video is Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer really got away with this. Now, if you don't know, there is some female drama, SA stuff going on in the Twitch world. And 2 female streamers just got banned. Crazy. But we're about to get into it. So before we get into the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We're keeping it PG. There is a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. You feel me? Without further ado, let's just get into the video.
This weekend will be dubbed as the Streamer SA Weekend. And the first incident that kicked it off was the revival of, the banning of, and the unbanning of Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer from their incident that happened about a year ago, a little over a year ago, on Saeed, Silky's assistant.
That was a year ago? I thought that was like a few months ago. Wow, that was a year ago? Oh, that just shows y'all that they don't really care about this. That just shows you Twitch does not care about SA on men. How this happened a year ago and it's just now getting brought to light? Now, granted, I don't watch Twitch. I said in the Kai video, I've never watched a Twitch video in my life. Okay, so I don't know none of this until they bring it to light. But the fact that, and that's because it's a bunch of kids on Twitch, bro. That's straight up. It's a bunch of kids. I know they adults, but to me, if you under 25, you a YN. Hey, me, I'm a unk. I'm 31, so call it what it is. But we're gonna talk about it. Let's get into it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Saeed, come here. I got you. Saeed, come here.
And Saeed is a cameraman. And if you don't know, I'm a cameraman too. So I ride for my peoples. You know what I mean? I'm a faithful cameraman. But a cameraman, I don't even like the word cameraman. Scrap that. I can't find the t-shirt because I was gonna show y'all my 8 cameraman t-shirts, but we just gonna scrap all that. All right, continue.
So you can't. So you can't.
he's 23. No, he's consensual.
No, he's not consensual.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I don't think he wants to.
yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on.
Nobody's
Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down. Sit down.
Nobody's
You remind me of that.
After gathering to do another one of their infamous group streams, Nina Lin, Zoe Spencer, Silky, and Silky's assistant were having great times on this stream. At least what appeared to be great times. Now, I'm showing you these clips to do 2 things. 1, depict what was going on prior to this situation. And 2, because I know somebody's going to use these clips as a way to try to justify the situation that happened with him. But that does not make anything that happened to him any better or any more right or consensual. So like I said, Zoe, Saeed, Nina, they were all having a good time. There are even videos and images of Zoe twerking on Saeed and him actually going into the twerk as if he is, you know, accepting of said dance.
You scared?
What do I even do?
Now, all these things seem to be fun and games and just streaming culture in general until Nina and Zoe took...
Real quick, I do want to go back to this. And I want to point something out that I know this ain't the topic of the video, but this is peer pressure. I don't know much about Saeed. but based off the few videos I've watched about this topic, don't seem like that type of dude. And by that type of dude, I mean he don't seem, and with all due respect, I don't mean this in no disrespect, but he's not an urban dude, if you get what I'm saying. Now, with me, I'm mixed in between the worlds, right? I said that in my other video when I was talking about the black kid that felt like he wasn't accepted by blacks. Like, I'm kind of like the bridge in between the worlds. So I grew up in an urban area, but you know, me being a videographer, all that, I understand both worlds for the most part. So I can recognize when I see a dude that don't fit the urban lifestyle, and I understand the men that do. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand both worlds. So I've been in positions where I've been in the area where I've been in his position, and I've been in the area where I ain't been this guy, but I've been on the side of these guys seeing that. And I don't like that. Straight up. I already know what this dynamic right here feels like. I like it, just watching it gave me those flashbacks. And so all this from the start, urban dude, urban girl. And granted, when a girl get to twerking, best believe I've been to all the teen nights in Houston. I know what it's like. I get on. Let's not even go there. Flashbacks. Anyway, so I get, you know what I mean? We gonna get behind that. But I understand and I've seen and I can relate to some degree with dudes like Saeed. And already this just was a bad setup to begin with. Like, him being in this environment and that's not his environment. Based off what I'm seeing, I could be wrong. But based off what I'm seeing, that's not his environment. And she playing because she don't like him like that. And y'all using him as like, y'all low-key humiliating. Y'all know what y'all doing, bro. Like, oh shit. Y'all know what y'all doing, bro. Like, y'all playing with him, bro. Like, y'all know like he not really like that, and y'all playing. Stop doing that.
Seem to be fun and games and just streaming culture in general until Nina and Zoe took it way too far. Now, I know that there's going to be somebody in the comment section thinking to themselves, well, why is twerking considered essay? Why is him getting a dance from them two considered essay? One, he's telling them to stop multiple times, but that's not what a lot of people are actually focusing on. What they're focusing on is the fact that they eventually pick him up, drag him into a room, and then attempt to strip his clothes off, even though there are people saying no in this situation. And from my understanding, they even tried to pull out like a condom. Man.
And this is where I say there's a bunch of kids on stream and on Twitch. Because y'all want to clip for him so bad that you don't know when to draw the line. And because they're females, sometimes men around them or just people in general, they think that they get a pass for certain things. Like, oh, it ain't that bad. That's why it took a whole year, if what Omizi saying is true, that's why it took a whole year for them to be held accountable for, because they women, and that's just how it is when it comes to this. And typically, especially him being a black man, we scoop this crap under the rug. But like I say, bro, he's not like that. He's not like an urban black male, if you get what I'm saying. So the treatment, he don't look at it the way we look at it. You know what I mean? And that's why I say people got a lot of intelligence come with empathy, right? So if you're really intelligent, a big dose of intelligence is empathy. Like, you got to scoop a whole bunch of empathy to put it in intelligence, to really have this level of intelligence, to know to know how to really read the room with different type of people from different type of backgrounds. That's what you got to do. If you don't know how to read people from different type of backgrounds, you lack empathy. And because of that, you can't sit around here and say you smart for real. It's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit. No outside clothes on the bed. Hold on. It's a nice guy. Hold on.
Like, y'all playing too much. Like, this is a humiliation ritual. Y'all gotta stop.
Back.
No, he's not consenting. Huh? He's not consenting.
I don't think he wants
Yo, that's my bag.
And to me, I'm sorry I keep pausing, but to me, like I said, because he's not that urban type of dude, to me, this is bullying. On top of the whole SA thing. Because, bro, he don't move like y'all. At least I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't watch Twitch. Y'all in the comments can tell me otherwise. But based off the other videos and the way he reacted to this and all that, he not like that. Like a lot of us, like, man, you throw that on, you know what I mean? We gonna go with it. We gonna go with it, you know what I mean? He not like that, though. And because of that, y'all playing this game with him that y'all know he not going for, but y'all think it's funny because he a little nerd. And that's lame as hell. That's lame as hell. On time, and that's probably the angle they went with it at. Not even thinking about the SA part. They just like thinking like he a little nerd. We gonna play with him. We gonna throw some little ass on him, and he not gonna take it, but he gonna take it. Y'all playing with him, bro. And trust me, like I said, I've been in those situations. Not necessarily me, cause nigga, you throw that on me, I'm gonna take it. But in other scenarios, I know. Come on, y'all gotta stop playing with people like that.
Yo, what is happening? Yo.
Now, what's interesting and weird about this situation is the fact that this had been going on pretty much the whole day. There were several times in this stream in which Nina, Zoe, Saeed, and Silky were all together, in which Zoe and Nina went over and pinned down Saeed or started twerking on Saeed in many numerous ways.
He ran away. Cause I was trying to give him a dance last night, and
I'm gonna hold him down. You do it.
okay. She said she gonna hold him down.
Oh my God, you're the girl Saeed been saying so much about.
He has.
Yeah.
You've been talking about me.
They playing with him, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's what they doing. They think he a little nerd and they think he don't get no ass. Cause let's play devil's advocate, right? Niggas that get ass, they're not playing with them like that. They playing with him because they think he don't get no booty. That's what they doing. But they not looking at it from the SA point of view, and that's terrible. And Twitch is wrong because they need to look at it like they said, the roles was reversed. This will be a whole different conversation.
With the kids.
Now, I'm not going to get in debates with people about what is wrong, isn't wrong, X, Y, and Z, et cetera, et cetera. But I do think that this does serve as a learning lesson to a lot of people that even if somebody did consent to something hours ago, minutes ago, days ago, weeks ago, doesn't mean that they will always be consenting. The minute that somebody says no to something, you gotta stop. That's just the way that things work. Now, this happened over a year ago, like I stated, and nothing happened to Nina and nothing happened to Zoe. You're probably wondering why. Now, I have my own deep dive thoughts about that on Patreon. I'm not going to discuss it in this video, but let's just say this was swept under the rug and people really weren't studying this situation until some specific incidents happened. Your Rage Gaming, yes, Your Rage, member of FaZe, had to press Nina at a party in which she doubled down on what she did back then, and that kind of sparked this whole new revival of the entire situation.
So what if he says, I feel like you did some shit wrong?
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one SA Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was gonna talk to him because you definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you better let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Saeed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
Now, while she did claim that she was trying to patch these situations up between Saeed and her, she ultimately denied it. Look, Saeed had been talking about this for a very, very long time, and he fell victim to what a lot of male victims fall victim to, is that people just don't care. He ran into the gay jokes. He ran into the, you don't think she bad, you sweet, you soft, X, Y, and Z jokes. He ran into a lot of backlash and scrutiny behind dismissing Zoe and dismissing...
And I'm telling you, a big part of that miscommunication and that disconnect is because you got somebody that they perceive as a nerd, and you got somebody that, and you got a group of people that on some other, you know what I mean? And that's where the disconnect at. And this is why I say, like, and this is where that other guy from the video I was reacting to with Young Don, I'll probably put like the thumbnail up here or whatever. This is what the shit he was talking about. Is the disconnect. And I'm not just talking about the whole essay. This is like, that's a big part of it. But this is where that disconnect at. And this is why I say intelligence, real intelligence comes with empathy. You have to empathize with all parties in the scenario. And not empathize and like you have to have it, but you gotta, by empathy, I mean see it from other people's point of view. And I see it from their point of view, and I can see where they overlooked the whole essay thing, because y'all just thinking he a little nerd, y'all gonna throw a little booty on him, and he needs some booty because he a little nerd, he'll never get none, so he's saying no because he just don't know how to handle it. That's what y'all thinking. I know what you niggas think. I know what you niggas think. I know that's exactly what you niggas is thinking. But you can't play with everybody like that, because not everybody come from that. Not everybody look at that the same way. Not everybody internalize that the same way. And y'all really essayed the boy straight up. That's what it was. You don't look at it like that because you looking at it from an urban class. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I know niggas. I'm a nigga too. So I get it, bro. But I also understand that other side because I wasn't always as urban until I started like just developing that naturally, right? I always say I ain't become, I started picking up on my urban ways like early high school, right? So I get the other side of that, you know what I mean? So, nah, bro, like y'all thought he was a little nerd and y'all tried to play on, bro. And y'all play too much. And that's what y'all ass get.
Advances in this situation. And to be quite honest with you, that's just wrong. As a society, we have to do a better job of taking SA more seriously for all victims, to be quite honest with you, but especially men.
And I'm not taking away from the SA thing. I'm just hitting it with a different approach. The SA conversation is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. Shout out to Old Meezy.
Male victims get invalidated so often because people can't fathom how a man can be essayed by a woman. But let's be clear, it can happen. It can really, really happen. But the only problem is that when it does happen, people run to the internet or run to the timeline and just straight up invalidate you. And especially because he's a cameraman, nobody's gonna care about him and his feelings. Now, because this situation got revitalized based off of Nina's total dismissal of Saeed.
And real quick on the cameraman stuff, right? So as a cameraman, especially if you don't have his own platform, you can easily be replaced. And sometimes you just keep everything to yourself because you don't want to be in a situation where you don't, you know what I mean? Now, me, I got my own shit. So I'm more than just a cameraman. That's why I don't like the term cameraman. I'm a director, cinematographer, all that. Now, I can't speak for Saeed, but I have done cameraman stuff. So I've done pretty much everything with a camera. But I can understand why maybe he don't speak up on stuff. Because, as if he's just a cameraman, you can find other ones. But, he got his own relationship with such and such. So they do their own thing.
Feelings. People started to pick up on this story again, and those bigger content creators like XQC and Azam Gold basically pressed Twitch's B-Star about, hey, how are you gonna address this situation? This is something we didn't know about, and now that we do know about it, what are you gonna do?
Isn't it crazy this bitch hasn't gotten banned yet? She hasn't, right? So let me get this straight. So it's been a whole day. Everybody been talking about this. You have this girl that sexually assaults a guy on camera, and she not even banned. Wow. We're gonna bring this up tomorrow. Like, actually, I'm thinking about maybe I should tell somebody that works at Twitch about this in order to make sure that, honestly, to make them legally liable. Because, like, now you knew about this, right? Like, now you knew that there was sexual assault that happened. It's on video. And like, now, that's it. And so I think they know, man. Yeah, but it's different if like I have it right there and I say it right there. Do it in writing? Oh, I will. I'll do it in writing.
Now, what Azam Gold just said there opens up a plethora of interesting talking points. First and foremost, Twitch has an inconsistency problem when it comes to this type of stuff. There's no doubt in my mind that they had saw this clip or this is something that was on their radar. Hell, they'll see it if I drop a slur on my stream. But it's interesting that they took this long to even do some sort of addressing of the situation. And I think it's quite strange how they handled it. It's also interesting that he claims that he has the ability to make somebody legally liable to do certain things. And this has always existed? I say that because there are situations that have happened in the past in which Twitch has not handled something. Asm Gold or other big content creators and streamers on the platform knew about the situation, but honestly did not leverage the power that they have in order to clean up the platform, you know, to get these sickos and perverts off of the platform. Now, don't get me wrong, we're definitely looking at the platform as a whole and how they handle these types of situations. Ultimately, Twitch did lay down a ban on both Nina and Zoe Spencer.
Hold on now, Omar. I gotta say something real quick. In less than 48 hours of both of them being banned, now it is official that both Nina and Zoe Spencer are unbanned after being banned after committing SA on camera to Saeed, Silky's assistant. And I'm here to tell you that Twitch, the platform, just doesn't care about SA. Now, it's probably something to note, and it's something I'm gonna talk about later in the video, but Zoe did put out her apology video months ago, and now Nina has put out her apology video over the weekend. And it seems as though that's all that it takes on the platform like Twitch, because Mango, another streamer, if you remember from Ludwig's burial cart video, who was essaying a bunch of different women, humping them without their clothes on, giving them physical contact, etc., is also back on the platform. So that would make 3 people this year who are on high profile streams with high profile streamers, etc., who have been committing SA on stream, getting banned off the platform and then unbanned in no time. I think PR played a large role as to why Twitch even went about doing what they did, you know, the unbannings and the statements and everything like that. But I think it's interesting how quickly they are able to and willing to reverse the actions that they made. Is the SA serious or is it not? And Twitch is making it as clear as possible that they really don't care about any of this stuff for real. Like, they just want people to feel like they care, feel like some sort of action was done, have the streamers make their announcements saying, good, I'm glad the platform did, etc., and then ultimately unban them, because they also do know that the unbans are gonna get, you know, not as much traction or not as many views as the actual original banning of them. It's actually sick behavior and disgusting, but it does track for a platform like Twitch. Now back to the video.
Now, after getting cooked by a plethora of streamers like Stable Ronaldo, YBG, and McQueen,
I mean, yeah, she's a fucking weirdo. I don't know how it took that long. That's a literal crime. And you know it's bad when she admitted and she said that he should be embarrassed. Like, what are you, what? That was like the worst thing you could have ever said.
Aspen Golden XQC react to it and they're like, she should be banned. And then she's like, I'm sorry.
Well, they're not even useful to the fucking platform. Who gives a fuck?
They shouldn't be done crazy, but there should be some consequences. They should. Because of the fact of the matter is, nigga, if 2...
Hey, shout out to the nigga with the venom back there. Hey, if y'all, like I said, if y'all don't know, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Big. And so, no Diddy. That was crazy.
Hey, yo, what the
But shout out to him with the Venom wallpaper. If I had some money, if y'all hit the like and subscribe button, you know, maybe I could do something like that. I don't know.
did this shit, it would look terrible. All the women in the world would be trying to cancel them, that man. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But why is that okay when why is it okay to do that when men do it? But why? But it's not. But they not getting. The women aren't getting the same type of. They're not getting the same treatment. Nah. Doesn't matter if it was all fun and games. You shouldn't do that shit, especially not on stream. Nigga, keep your hands to yourself, okay? The nigga want to be a mark and run away from Sakuchi, cool. Leave him alone. Let that nigga be a buster and run away from Sakuchi. Now
that's definitely a Cali nigga. Be a mark and a buster. Like I said, I love the West Coast, though I'm a Houston nigga and I'm a Southern nigga, but I love the West Coast, especially that lingo. He a buster. Let him be a mark. Okay, he ain't none of that, but I love that lingo though. Shout out to him. But he ain't no buster or no mark. He, like I said, y'all treating him like a nerd. Y'all gonna stop doing that to nerds, bro. I don't like that, bro. I used to get bullied when I was a kid, and I don't like that, bro. Just because you black and you different, that people go, no, bro, we're not doing that. But we can all grow to accept each other. Shit.
I think you're just forcing this shit on this nigga.
We finally got an apology from Nina after, you know, this whole incident happened.
I'ma always be all right, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure he's okay with that ass. Because he's been very nice. He's always been very nice to me, you know? This situation, what I'm talking about, has nothing to do with YBG and none of that. So I don't want to hear his name, but it only has to do with me and Saeed. And listen, I'm old enough to own up to what I did wrong. And during the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke. I just thought he was laughing, so I'm like, oh, like we all just laughing and geeking. But yeah, I see. It is wrong. It is really, really wrong. And what we did was wrong. You know, he clearly was uncomfortable with it, you know, and he was very hurt by it, so.
Don't this sound like somebody apologizing for bullying a little nerd? That's just it. This, if you took this away from the essay out of it and you put it on some bullying a little nerd, wouldn't this fit perfectly? wouldn't it? It would fit perfect without a doubt. Dude, people gotta chill, bro. I don't like, and I'm gonna end this with this. Go on, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I gotta get ready to go. Energy is a real thing. Now, I ain't got no beef with Zoe. I don't watch Twitch. I don't give about none of these niggas. Straight up. But I'm gonna give my 2 cents, and maybe if Zoe or whatever, if somebody one day watches it, probably not. I don't get that many views. But anyway, let's say if they one day watch this. This is what I want to say. Energy is important. The type of energy you carry has consequences. You already saw what happened when she was crying about couldn't be in streaming university and the stuff was so Illuminati and Casanat when they tried to tell her how it was. She didn't care. She didn't want to listen. And granted, I think this might have been before all that. But you see that energy still not going nowhere. It's coming back to haunt you. Energy is a real thing, y'all. Watch how you deal with people. Because it's going to come back and fuck with you. Y'all got to stop with this crap, bro. Essay with men got to be taken more seriously. And y'all got to stop bullying people y'all think that's different. I know they was joking. But not everybody play like you. Like I said, real intelligence know how to read the room even if it's niggas that's not like you. Learn how to read the room with everybody, not just you. That means it's called code switching or turning it down a little bit. I ain't saying not be yourself, but understand when people don't move like you, you got to adjust to them. Make them feel comfortable. Y'all not doing that. And this is what y'all ass get. Learn how to read the room and treat everybody with respect, even if they don't move or act like you. Straight up. With that being said, shout out to old Meezy. The rest of y'all, get y'all together, man. And shout out to Sid. I think that's how you say his name. Cameramans. We stick together. We stick together, brother. Anyway, with that being said, y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We're keeping it PG. There is a whole lot of prosperity going around this mug. You feel me? With that being said, there is nothing impossible to they who try. So next time I'm out, dudes.